If you appreciate our content, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. That will really help us to reach more people. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center on this Balloon Fiesta, during Balloon Fiesta. We're going to start out with a song called Open the Eyes of My Heart, so I invite you to stand and sing along. We've done this before. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Repeat that first part. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high lifted up, shining with the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Go back to the first part. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. That part again. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high lifted up, shining with the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Those are the words for this part. Holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. One more time. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. Good job. Thank you. Have a seat.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity Center, and please welcome Reverend Gordon Keyler.
Good morning, everybody. Before I get into it, just a little bit of a housekeeping note here. You'll notice that's rather empty back there right now. We have been honored for the last several years, actually, to host a Jewish community when they do their high holy services of Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. And over the weekend, it was, or Thursday and Friday, I guess it was Rosh Hashanah. And this week is Yom Kippur. So we make space for them, and we take some of the things off the platform that would distract from their experience. And since the two events are less than a week apart this year, we're not putting them back until next week. So everything will come back, don't worry, including our drummer, but she won't be back for 3 weeks. She's on vacation.
She went to Portugal.
Portugal, yes, she is in Portugal. So let's send her lots of blessings for fun and adventure and safety and all of that good stuff. All right, wow, I can tell a lot of people are out at Balloon Fiesta. That's okay. Or they're camping, yes. Well, is there anybody here for the very first time today? No, every day is, oh yeah, there is. Okay, hi back there. Hello, we are glad you are here with us. And we want you to know that even though the lights are glaring in my eyes, we see you. We see your hopes, your dreams, your challenges, and most importantly, we see your light. And whatever brought you here today, whether you are seeking spiritual growth, healing, or community, we know and we pray that you will find it here. We are not concerned about the color of your skin because all colors exist on the spectrum of light. Nor are we concerned with who you love. We rejoice that you love because certainly the world needs love. So welcome, and make sure I get to say hello to you before the end of the service. And if you didn't get a welcome packet, one of our ushers will give you one, or you can see them after the service. And for those of you who are joining us online, good morning. We are glad you are here with us. And we want you to know that we see you too, well, at least I do, out there in the world. And please drop something into our chat so I can say hi to you personally. One more thing before we get into our service. If you have not noticed, walk around the outside of the church after service today. Our Earth Care team, as you know, did the fundraiser last year that many of you contributed to, or last spring, I guess, to purchase plants for our xeriscaping project. And this summer was so hot, they couldn't plant. But Friday and Saturday, they were out here working hard and got many of the plants in the ground. Yes, and there's still more work to do. You'll be hearing about that, I'm sure. But if you were on that team that worked so hard Friday and Saturday, raise your hands, or if you're able, stand up. I know some of you are stiff and sore. Yes. We rejoice in the beauty that is all around us and increasing in our Unity Center here. All right, let's get started. Let's check in with our social media. If you use social media, please pull out your phones and check in with My Vision is Unlimited. My Vision is Unlimited. And once you have done that, you can leave your phones out, but please put them on, and I didn't do it either. Please put them on Do Not Disturb, and we would appreciate that. And now I would like to introduce Sue, who will do our announcements and other special stuff.
Okay. Well, the time has finally come. We've had the contest to name the band, and today we're going to announce the winner, and Todd's going to do the honor.
Well, thank you. They've been after me to have a band name for probably years. So we finally got around to it, and we got suggestions from the people from Unity, and there was actually 5 pages. There's 5 pages of names on here. So, I used the people in the band basically to figure out which ones we're gonna, or what our name is going to be, and the name, first of all, is going to be the Unity Soul Shine Band. And the winner of the person who suggested that name is none other than our volunteer bookkeeper and usher, and everything else that she does is Ann Johnson. So Ann, you can come up here maybe. Did we have the prize, Glenda? Okay, we'll have the prize. But there's another prize that I threw in. It's like you're going to be so excited. It's my 8 CDs that I've made since I've been here. So thank you, Ann, for your ideas and for all the work you do for us and all that. But I hope you appreciate that, and we appreciate the name. And there's actually a song named Soul Shine by the Allman Brothers, so we'll have to learn that song. But thank you, Ann. There was another prize, which is a restaurant certificate. So thank you.
All right. Congratulations, Ann. So I'm going to share several other announcements of activities that are going on this week. This Tuesday night, October 8th, we have our Reiki night from 6:30 to 8:30. And Reiki it's an energy healing that is balancing and relaxing. And healing and energy work has a 100-year history, 100-plus year history from the earliest days of Unity. So the USC Reiki practitioners will be offering the monthly Reiki night, and the doors are open at 6:15, and to sign up for a 30-minute Reiki session, and please enter through the south doors of the community room. A love offering of $30 is suggested, and all donations go to Unity. Then we have a new class coming up. Reverend Gio is offering it. It's called 5 Basic Principles, or Pentameris. I had to look that up. Pentameris Precepts. And as I said, it's a new online class with Reverend Gio Downer, who's our Associate Minister for Education. It begins Sunday, October 13th, so that's next Sunday at 12:30. It's an online class only. And Gio writes, 5 ideas are foundational to unity. These ideas were variously formulated scripturally, spiritually, and practically. You can explore, experience, and enrich yourself through the 5 basic unity principles. And it's a hybrid class. And so rather than restating or memorizing ideas, we'll interact, interpret, and involve ourselves into an unexpected depth and breadth. And it's an interactive, fun class for all. And you can contact the office for the Zoom link. And then coming up in 2 weeks, we have workshops, a workshop and a fair, service fair called Death is Not a Dirty Word. And we are proud to be able to host Death is Not a Dirty Word workshop and fair to help you plan your next transformational journey. There'll be a workshop and a vendor fair with valuable information to assist us through a not always talked about time in our life. And the workshop is in 2 weeks, Sunday the 20th from 12 to 2 here in the sanctuary. And death doulas will be explaining and talking about how to demystify the profound and practical aspects of the part of our lives we don't often know a lot about. And then Saturday the 26th, we have the fair. It's also here in the sanctuary from 9 to 12:30. And there will be local resources from people that offer information on home funerals to green burials, sacred space, legal documents, and everything in between. So, and this is sponsored by Unity Spiritual Center, Conscious Crossroads, and Bonnie Mori and Death Doula Professionals. Now, as you know, there are many other activities, class, and events happening here at Unity Spiritual Center, so we encourage you to check them out. You can visit the following: our USC website, www.uscabq.org. You can check out our Facebook page, which you can access on the website. There's our YouTube, and there's the weekly online newsletter, and you can also check, if you have the church app, you can also check on the calendar, listing all the different activities and events coming up. And now it's time to meet our team for today, our ministry team. So our trustee of the day is Glenda Fagan. And I'm your platform host. Our prayer chaplains are Ellen Kajikawa and Josie Godfrey. And they'll be available on either side of the sanctuary after the service if you wish to pray with them. If you're not able to stay, there are prayer request slips in the pockets in the back of your chair, and you can fill out a slip and put it in the prayer box out in the foyer. Our music director is Todd Lowry. And our USC band today is Brian Griesmeyer and Todd. And Bill Brooks is our soloist. And we also want to acknowledge our AVL team: Elizabeth Carroll, Austin Harvey, Ellen Kajikawa, Sal. I don't want to mess up your name, so I'll say Sal. And we're so grateful to all you do to help keep the service running smoothly. So Glenda, if you'd like to come up.
Good morning, Unity. Good morning. Okay, if you'd like to recite our mission, vision, and core values, let's start with the vision. Centered in love, we see a harmonious world of divine expression. Our mission, we inspire spiritual growth through honoring many paths, education, prayer, sacred service, and abundant living. And our core values. We are Christ-centered, loving, inclusive, joyous, uplifting, open-minded, and fun. And our unity credo. We believe all people are created with sacred worth. We serve all people in emotional and spiritual ways. We welcome the diversity of all. God and unity leave no one out. Okay, this is the time when we offer our offerings. You can give contributions to the church in person today. You can use the Church Center app or go online, uscabq.org/give, or you can use text to give by phone, 84321. And our offering blessing, divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
All right, here's a little tune for our offering. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. So high, I can't get over it. So low, I can't get under it. So wide, I can't get around it. Oh, rock my soul, rock my soul, rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. Take it, Brian. One more time, Brian. Rockin' my soul one more time. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rockin' my soul, rockin' my soul. Oh, rockin' my soul. Oh, rockin' my soul.
Thank you, Soulshine.
That's us. That's we.
Our prosperity dedication. In a universe overflowing
With the allness of God, all the needs and desires of Unity Spiritual Center and those we serve are bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good is here now. Thank you, God. All right, it's time for a congregational song. So I invite you to stand up. We're going to sing a traditional Irish tune. It's called Be Thou My Vision, since we're talking about our vision today. And it's a beautiful song. Be thou my vision, O God of my heart. Not be all else to me, save that thou art. Now my best thought by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence, my life. Here we go. Be thou my wisdom, and thou my true word. I ever with thee, and thou with me, God. Thou my soul's shelter, thou my high tower. Raise thou me heavenward, O power of my power. All right, thank you. Have a seat. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room.
The word of the day is joy. I am always joy spotting. Joy is one of the principles that God is. We use it to feel joy and happiness. Joy spotting is the act of going through life, searching for the things, people, and acts to which I respond with joy. There is a correlation between my discoveries and my response to them, but they do not cause the joy and happiness I feel. I do. Some examples may be weddings, births, graduations, and celebrations of all kind. I also experience joy in response to the simpler moments of daily life. Examples are a sunrise or a sunset, morning prayer, familiar people, and the satisfaction of my work. I respond with joy when I experience my favorite things, and in the moment of a sweet surprise, discovering something new and different. I respond with joy during spiritual practices, especially meditation, having synchronized my humanity with my divinity. I am always joy spotting.
And as we are open to joy, we go deeper within, bringing our consciousness to our heart center, the place of perfect love and perfect joy. In this place, there is only one mind, one voice, one heart. I think of all the reasons I have to be joy-filled. The beautiful land upon which I live, the glorious fall weather. Here are the balloons in the air, the leaves changing color, my friends around me. I live in a state of joy because of my vision of love. I see a world of harmonious expression, of divine love. When I am one with the energy that God is, I am one with that love, and I am filled with joy. In this place, I cast out sadness. I cast out anxiousness. For there is no room where there is love. The only state of being is one of pure joy. I look at all the opportunities around me. Opportunities to practice joy, to embody joy, to live joy. Opportunities to help those around me find it, to find the joyous energy, to come into oneness with love. In this now moment, filled with joy, I rest in silent meditation, open and receptive to joyously receive and embody divine love. As I feel love, I become more joy-filled. As I am more joy-filled, I am more joyful. I am more connected to all life and all creation. In the great oneness that is, I know only love. And therefore, surrounded by love, expressing love, and living in love, I know that there is quite enough love right here and right now, in this very room, for all the world.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room. All right, Bill Brooks is here, and he has a song right now called Love is Gonna Break Through. newborn baby cry. Hear the farmers pray for rain. One more soldier gives his life. A homeless man begs for change, but change won't come easily. What does this have to do with me? And my heart pounds with a thunder, and I stop and wonder, what should we do with life's surprises? Every day the sun rises on us like a swing set in a graveyard, like a bloom in the desert sands. Look at my trembling hands, 'cause it hits me like lightning that love must keep fighting. And somehow, every time, love is gonna break through. 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 World inside a clear blue sky, teeming with humanity. Tears and laughter intertwine, our comedies and tragedies, and history is a runaway, but not so far that love can't find and save. And my heart beats with a thunder, and I stop and wonder, what should we do with life's surprises? Every day the sun rises on us like a swing set in a graveyard, like a bloom in the desert sands. Look at my trembling hands, 'cause it hits me like lightning that love must keep fighting. And somehow, every time, love is gonna break through. 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 It takes my breath, it's come to this. We all bleed red, you can't resist the changing tide, the roaring wind. Come on, get on the loving side. Love is gonna break through. 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 And my heart pounds with a thunder, and I stop and wonder, what should we do with life's surprises? Every day the sun rises on us like a swing set in a graveyard, like a bloom in the desert sands. Look at my trembling hands, 'cause it hits me like lightning that love must keep fighting. And somehow, every time, love is gonna break through.
Thank you, Bill.
And our Unity Soul Shine Band. I am filled with joy that we have a band name and that we are blessed with so much musical talent. Well, last week we explored our mission statement. It's right up there on the wall. We inspire spiritual growth through honoring many paths, education, prayer, sacred service, and abundant living. Got that? Got it. You can all do it from memory, right? I won't make you do it. A funny thing happens when some people ask, even me, they'll ask me, what is your mission statement? And I'm the, Anybody have that experience? Yes. It's okay. Today, we're going to explore our vision statement. Our vision statement is much simpler. Centered in love, we see a harmonious world of divine expression. It's a wonderful, although very kind of generic statement. You could interpret it many different ways. It's not very precise. And yet, it does encapsulate the core of unity philosophy and the core of the philosophy that we strive to live right here at Unity Spiritual Center. Through love, we can recognize and manifest the inherent divinity in each and every human being and ourselves and all creation. So let's explore this through the lens of our unity principles. We know that when we emphasize love as a foundation for our harmonious existence and expression of the divine, that we are calling it into expression. We are energizing simple words that on the surface are short, not very specific, but yet have great power. And maybe that's the beauty of it, in that it's not very specific. It allows for a broader understanding of what that love is and how we express it. In unity, we know that love is not merely an emotion, it's the very essence of the divine. It transcends human understanding and manifests as energy, as all-encompassing energy that connects everything. I'm going to pull my wire up. Somebody else used my mic this week, and it's not cooperating well. I love it, though. I see the harmony and the divine within it. But I want to repeat what I just said. Love is an all-encompassing energy. Think about that. It's an all-encompassing energy, and that all-encompassing energy connects all creation, all things. We say that God is love. And as expressions of the divine, we too are made in the same essence. This is a spiritual principle that traditional Christianity has really not been real clear on. I grew up in a denomination that said, God is love, God is only love, but God really doesn't like the way you're acting. And if you don't change, God is going to send you to hell. And even when I was a child, I thought, that does not make sense. Am I the only one? Did anybody else ever think that? Yeah. How could a God that is only love and all loving condemn someone to eternal damnation? We know that God is love. End of story. Period. There is no ifs, there is no buts. God is love. And we are created in the image and likeness of God. Guess what that means? That means our very nature is love. Our very nature is divine. And so every opportunity we are given to express that, when we're aware of this, we bring it more to the fore. We begin to respond and react in love and as love. We begin to change our thinking about who we are as individuals and who everybody else is, and maybe even what all of creation is. I'm going to talk more on that in a minute. The great unity writer Margaret Ponder wrote this: love is knowing that each person has the Spirit of God within them just as we do, and therefore deserves our respect and the freedom to express the Spirit in their own unique way. You hear that? The freedom to express the Spirit that God is in their own unique way. Which is why we are able to say in unity that God in unity and I love you just the way you are. And when we get into that consciousness, love becomes transformative. Have you ever thought that love is a transformative power? When we center ourselves in love, we tap into that power. Bill sang about it in his song just now. Love, what was the line? Love must win, love must expand, love must... That's it. Love must break through. No matter what's going on in the human ego mind, love must break through. Love invites us to look beyond the surface of our challenges and our conflicts, urging us to see the potential for growth and understanding. When there is a challenge, when there is a conflict, we can either respond in like energy with more conflict and more contention, or we can respond in love and understanding. Now, sometimes we do have to set boundaries for safety, but we can still respond in love. We can practice forgiveness. We can practice compassion. We can practice acceptance. And as expressions of love, we are able to then begin to dissolve barriers and cultivate harmony, both within us and around us and in our relationships. We talk about seeing a harmonious world. What is a harmonious world? It is one where the divine expression is recognized and honored and celebrated. Each person is seen as a unique embodiment of the divine. Not different, except different as a different way of expressing the divine. You know, it's funny, we as human beings have this desire to have everything the same. We see it happening in our society today. There's vast forces at work that want us all to be exactly the same. But if we're awake to the power of love, we say, I don't want everybody to be the same. I want to see each of your own unique, wonderful lights. Yeah, amen. The vision ignites us to recognize the divinity in each individual as each individual, which promotes then inclusivity and acceptance. You know, one of our 5 basic principles is that we are created in the image and likeness of God. I said it a few minutes ago, and I'm saying it again because it is so important. We tend to think of God as up here, a perfection that we can never be like. And yet we are told from the very beginning in Genesis, we are created in the image and likeness of God. Now, in ancient times, that didn't mean we look like God. That meant that we have all of the attributes of God, that we have the nature of God within us, that we are little godlets, being godlike, if we so choose. We laugh, but you are godlets. And you can be God-like. You can be joyful. You can be loving. You can have fun. We are as God is, and God is love. Therefore, our true nature is love. And if we were to be in that place of love, we would recognize that all of our principles, all of the other principles that serve as our guiding lights, are contained within that one idea of love. What are some of those other principles? What are some of the other things that we believe, or at least say we believe, that are contained within that? Well, the first one is oneness. We recognize that we are all interconnected. We are part of a larger whole. And that encourages us, hopefully, to interact with each other in love and with consideration for others. You know, we could carry it even further and say that we recognize that we are all interconnected and part of a larger whole that includes all of creation. All of creation. Filling us with compassion for the earth, for all life upon it, for our environment. How differently would we look at the world if we got that? How differently would we treat our world if we understood the deep level of connection that we have? Energetically, science has proven that we are all the same energy. There is no point where I end and you begin. There is no point where I end and this podium begins. On a molecular atomic level, it's all just atoms vibrating at different frequencies. Some of them vibrate as the avatar that holds my soul, that I am, at least in this moment. Some vibrate at a level that is a podium, and it's being the best podium it knows how to be. What if we could really understand that? What if we could understand that the plants and the animals and the air and the water is a part of us, and that what we do to any one piece of creation, we do to ourselves? Ancient peoples have taught that since the beginning of time. Another one of our ideas is the idea of positive thinking. We know that our thoughts shape our experience. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. And so we strive to cultivate an environment of love, creating harmony as a reality. We keep our thoughts positive, and what we give our thought energy to increases. How many of you are thinking that the economy is bad? Nobody's brave enough to raise their hands. Stop it! Your thought is feeding that negative energy. We live in an abundant universe. Yes, there's challenges with making sure everybody has abundance. But we can change that as we change our thinking. Ever hear this? That which I fear has come upon me. The book of Job. Well, if you put all your energy into the fear, guess what you're going to experience? Whatever it is you're afraid of. We can influence the world around us, ourselves, not by going out there and saying, you gotta change, or this has to change, but by changing our energy, our thinking. What we put our energy into increases. What if all of us got into that? There have been experiments done where they've gotten thousands and thousands of people in different places to change their thinking about what is going on around them, and guess what? It works. It works. So one of the ways we do that is through affirmative prayer. Affirmative prayer allows us to align our intentions with divine ideas of truth, focusing on love and harmony in our lives and the world. I grew up, prayer was either something very rote or begging God to intervene or Jesus to intervene or somebody to intervene. That's not how it works. We affirm in prayer what already exists in divine mind. God sees creation as perfect. Prayer helps us get into that understanding. And when we get in that understanding, then we begin to help bring about that perfection in the world around us. Or we can do the opposite and lower the vibration. But when we come into that vibration of oneness, that vibration of interconnectivity, we embody love because that's the nature of it. And that creates a ripple effect. And it impacts creation itself. On the quantum level, we know that the observer affects the observed. There was a book written many, many, many decades ago called The Secret Life of Plants, in which they did studies on people who worked around plants and were with plants and how their attitudes and their thoughts affected the plant itself. If it affects plants, it affects people, and it affects creation. So with each higher vibration of love, each act of kindness, of understanding, of support, we contribute to the collective atmosphere of harmony. And so we are encouraged to be mindful of our thoughts and our actions, knowing that they have the power to uplift or to push down. Charles Fillmore said it, and I believe it, that the great problems we have created, take for example climate change, can easily be solved and the effects reversed if we could but get into that vibration. If we were smart enough to cause climate change, guess what? We're smart enough to heal it, to solve it. We just got to stop believing in the impossibility of it and start believing in the possibility of it. Think about it. Tesla said everything in the universe is frequency and vibration. Higher forms vibrate at higher levels. Higher thinking is a higher frequency of thought. Destructive energy is a low vibration. So if we raise our vibration, we move into a place of creativity. We step out of that third dimensional thinking into fifth dimensional thinking. And the bridge is love. That is why we can say that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. What level of thought are we holding? If we don't experience the harmony that we know exists in the divine mind, it is because we are operating at a lower frequency. And our purpose, our opportunity, is to raise our vibration, to raise our frequency, because then we begin to see and be the truth that is all around us. But it's challenging. Are you all good at doing it every day? I'm not. It's challenging. How do we overcome these challenges? Well, the first thing is we address the ideas of fear and separation. Because I believe every problem we have on the human level is a result of fear and separation. Love is the foundation of a harmonious world. But fear and a sense of separation obstruct the vision of that love. In Unity, we are taught to confront these challenges by recognizing that they stem from a misunderstanding of our true nature. Throughout history, there has been this consciousness that we have to fear things around us. And so part of our brain is wired to look for something to be afraid of, something to be worried about, waiting for the other shoe to drop. I never understood where it was dropping from. It's dropping from here. Interestingly enough, feet, shoes in this case, represent understanding. What's our level of understanding? Are we understanding that something bad is out there just waiting to pounce on us? Or do we understand that we live in the light of God? That we are Godlets expressing God? Do we understand that, as Jesus said, we can be the light of the world if we so choose? We are the light of the world, but we have to choose to be it consciously. And when we do that, we empower those around us to do the same. By grounding ourselves in love, we dispel fear and we move into a place of unity, which means we come into the consciousness not of sameness, but a tapestry of ideas, where we can embrace diversity. Not just diversity physically, religiously, racially, sexually, politically, but a diversity of ideas, a diversity of dreams, a diversity of hopes. Each of us has unique ideas. One of you may hold the solution to something we're all struggling with. We don't know. But if we're all trying to be exactly the same, it's not going to come out into expression. And so we strive in unity to empower people to live their own unique lives, because diversity is a tapestry. A tapestry, as I said, of ideas, of dreams, of hopes. Each person's unique experience and perspective enriches the collective understanding of love and harmony. And by embracing these differences, engaging in open, loving dialogue, we foster a sense of connection. Remember that I said at the beginning of this lesson that our vision statement is good as far as it goes? The challenge I see is that we could go deeper in a vision statement. Maybe we could come up with an expanded version of that gives practical steps towards creating a harmonious world. But we're not going to do that right now. What we can do right now is seek practical steps to bring this forth. Step one, cultivate inner love. Cultivate that love that's within us. Cultivating inner love manifests that harmonious world. But first, and this is important, if we want to cultivate a love for everybody else, where do we have to start? ourselves. This involves self-acceptance, recognizing our inherent worth, which allows us to fully accept ourselves and creates a foundation for loving others. Jesus was asked, what is the greatest commandment? Up until that moment, his people had lived with 10 commandments and 640, I believe it is, laws. And they were very specific. Thou shalt and thou shalt not. By the way, all of you and me break all of those laws all the time nowadays. I'm doing it right now, wearing different types of fabrics, cutting my hair. I heard a rumor we might have shrimp later. Yes? Oh, next week. Okay. Well, we're going to be breaking one of the laws next week, you know. And it's all your fault. Those were the laws, and they were important. And Jesus was said, you know, I can imagine the crowd around him saying, Jesus, come on. We got 640 laws. Who can keep all those straight? What's the greatest commandment? And he said, the greatest commandment is this: to love the Lord your God with all your strength, with all your mind, with all your heart, with all your soul, and your neighbor as yourself. Let's be honest. The one thing we really suck at is loving our neighbors, right? Look at what we say to each other about religion, about politics, about orientation. Why is it so hard to love our neighbor? Why? Because we haven't really learned to love ourselves. We engage in negative self-talk. We think we are not worthy. We think we are not lovable. We think we are not smart, not thin, not fat, not good-looking, not intelligent. So, of course, we think about our neighbors the same way. What if we changed our self-talk and our self-thought? What if we stopped listening to all the voices out there, and there's a lot of them, that will tell you things that are simply not true about yourself? What if we truly remembered that we are created in the image and likeness of God? And that is perfection itself. Jesus said, be ye therefore perfect, which was a mistranslation, because what he said in Aramaic was, you are therefore perfect, just as your God in heaven is. So one of the ways we can do that is by changing our thinking, and we do that through practices such as meditation. Meditation, and particularly mindful meditation, literally rewires our brain, rewires our thoughts, rewires our emotions, and it aligns them with love and compassion. Another thing we do is daily affirmations. Affirm things that reinforce love, self-love, and love for others, shifting our mindsets, opening our hearts to the expression of who we truly are. And then engaging in community. That's why we come to church. That's why you are here in this room right now and on Facebook. But it's more powerful when we are together in person. Community plays a crucial role in this. It fosters harmony. It allows us to gain ideas from one another, support, to feel that energy when we look into each other's eyes when we're sitting in the community hall, breaking bread together. Another way we do it is through service. Service is love in action. It allows us to express love in tangible ways. It's the outworking of a loving, enlightened consciousness. And I would say probably everybody in this congregation either serves or has served in many different ways. I know, I've known you long enough to know that is the truth. You know that. We create a safe place for dialogue, for talking, for exploring ideas. And we work to transform ourselves and our world. We imagine a world centered in love, which invites us to consider the implications of a world of peace, a world of justice, a world of equity, a world of inclusivity. It encourages us to envision a reality where love is the guiding principle, politically, socially, and personally. Ooh, boy, that's a tough one. But it does. We can picture it. And through our collective visioning, We can align our thoughts and our vibration with one another. So in conclusion, the vision statement, centered in love, we see a world of harmonious expression, harmonious world of divine expression. It's not just an ideal, it's a call to action. By embodying love, by recognizing the divine within ourselves and within others, and actively working to bring that about, we can create a world that reflects this vision. As we engage in our unity principles and practices, we become co-creators of a reality that honors love and divine expression in all life and in all creation. Embracing this allows us to embark on a journey that not only transforms our own individual lives, but contributes to weaving a global tapestry of peace, of understanding, of harmony. Together, we can manifest a world centered in love, where divine expression flourishes in every heart and every community. Namaste.
All right, Bill has a song called Love. When our hope is hard to find and our faith is in decline, we need a cause to stand behind. Love. We all want the way it feels. Time it comes and time it steals. What remains, what is real? Love. There is love, there is forgiveness, there is love in times of need. When life is cold, there is a promise you will never go without. There is love, there is love. It heals the sick, comforts the weak, breaks the proud, raises the meek. In this life, no guarantees, but there is love. There is love, there is forgiveness, there is love in times of need. When life is cold, there is a promise you will never go without. Love is the answer. Love will find a way. When we love one another, it's a brighter day. Love is the answer. Love will find a way. When we love one another, it's a brighter day. When life is cold, there is a promise you will never go without. There is love, there is forgiveness, there is love in times of need. When life is cold, there is a promise the key. Love is the answer. Love is the key. Love is the answer. There is Bill Brooks, thank you, Bill. That was great. Hey, there's some kids out there. You are walking in the light of God. 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 You are walking, 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 walking in the light of God. You are walking, 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 walking in the light of God.
Right? No?
Check, check, check.
Sorry. You could tell I'm not used to having the microphone. Good morning, Unity family. How are we? How are we? We are blessed. Awesome. So we have some beautiful kids with us today. Does anyone want to share about what we did today? We had a combined group. It was very unique. So we were teenagers and kids all together. So what did we do today? Anyone want to share? Okay.
We talked about the power of the month and zeal, and we did a human knot, and then we played Jenga.
Does anyone want to say what we learned from the human knot game? What did we learn? Martin, you had a really good idea. Do you remember? Can you share what you said? What did we learn from the human knot? Do you remember? Do you want to share? Does anyone want to share? What did Martin share with us?
Communication.
Thank you. Does anyone else want to share? It's okay if we don't. No? Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Al, you did? Okay.
And we learned how to work as a team.
And one fun observation that they had was that it was easier when the adults weren't involved. So that was in line. I think we all observed the same thing, right? Yeah, they had an easier time when it was just them. But it was mostly because of height. We're a little too tall, so.
No offense.
That's fine. None taken. So yes, we had fun. And then thank you so much for supporting us with the burrito bar last week. We made over $600. So thank you. We really, really appreciate it. And are we all done with sharing? Who wants to present? Okay. So can you guys join me in blessing our beautiful children? What?
If you have,
So can you join me in blessing these beautiful children? Children, you are a perfect child of God, and God and I love you just the way you are. And it's birthday Sunday.
It's birthday Sunday, so anybody with a birthday in October, please stand up. We're going to sing you happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Unitas. Happy birthday to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. You're wonderful. God is blessing you now. Happy birthday,
stand and say our prayer for protection and sing our peace song. And I just want you guys to know, because you weren't in here when we announced, our band has a new name. Actually, they have a name. They've never had a name before. And Todd, what is the name?
Well, we call it the Unity Soul Shine Band.
Unity Soul Shine Band.
Or you can just call it the Soul Shine Band.
Yes. All right. Are we ready to do our prayer for protection? Ready? All right. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is. Woo-wee.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.